glad to be on the channel today with you guys. What we're going to do is go over the MPC from the moment you turn it on to finding your sounds. We're going to make a whole song, and then I want to show you how to resample that song so that you can kind of lay these same drums back over. Like this would be the song that we made, but then you wipe out the drums. You got a 64 bar loop of different change, which is now a sample. So when someone says, oh man, that song sounds dope, it's like, hey, I'm just getting started. It's the song that we're gonna sample. I'm gonna run you through it. It's gonna be really cool. So let's get right into it. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I work really hard on these tutorials, and yeah, I just want you to pass on the knowledge. I know how it is to be intimidated by gear, and sometimes the right tutorial points you in the right place. So enough of that, let's go. Just to show you here, what we're gonna do is just open up a fresh project, okay? I'm gonna make sure this mic's off. Okay, so we're just gonna go to an empty project, and yeah, if you guys, first thing that you're gonna do is hit empty project on that. You're gonna see sequence. If you've seen my tutorial on how to make a song, it's basically the same thing. I'm gonna run this down, just kind of say what I'm doing out loud and just kind of follow, okay? First thing I do is hit browse. For my drums, I load up the first kit. Notice it's places, content, and expansions. I want the content that's inside of my MPC, like if it just came out of the box. So drums. I load up my drums, and then you can load up a whole bunch of drums. Say you want 2 or 3 different drum kits, and you can scroll through these and you can hear them all. But let's just say we heard it and we like that one. Next, I'm going to go to instruments, because in a song you know that you want to have a bass, a guitar, a lead, a vocal. You know, there's certain things that you need in a song, and things that you might want in the sample. So me personally, I like to go through, I mean, I don't even need to listen. I know I need a bass. I might select 2 different basses because I might not like one. Just because I loaded it doesn't mean I'm going to use it. So I got bass. Let's get this guitar and these keys here, because all I'm doing is I'm selecting sounds that I want to use for the empty project. Remember, the project we loaded was totally empty, so we need to put stuff in it. It's like buying a keyboard that has no sounds, so we know we need a lead. Get a pad, and you can't hear the sounds preview. I'm just going through these, and I don't want you guys to have to hear the preview. So I grabbed 1 of each. Every time it changed from pluck to sound effects to string, just grab 1 of each. And I think that's enough. And again, we're just messing with, we're just gonna mess with, that's our drum kit. The 4 squares are your drums. The piano, it looks just the same. When we hit browse, the piano, the drums, the icons match up. So when you hit main, you got your squares. Don't worry about the plug. The squares and the piano. See, piano. And it's like, okay, well, I got to select through these. These are all the sounds that we loaded up. Before they were empty. It just said empty. Now we have all these. So very important to put each track, each sound, each key group program has to be on its own track. Don't worry about sequence. Track and the sounds. So track 1, we want the bass. Track 2, you know, we don't want the bass again, unless you want to play it in a different octave, and that's totally up to you. But we'll change it to the next instrument. So 1 at a time, we're going to build up this song, and we're going to see what we can come up with. I'm just going to do a track at a time. I'm going to use a MIDI keyboard, and I'm going to kind of go through what I'm doing the best that I can. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to slow down the video or give you a one-on-one tutorial or whatever you need. But I want to get you through this. Okay, so just check this out. Here we go. So I'm just going to record my first track. We got our bass, and it's not to say I'm gonna make the baddest beat in the world. I'm showing you the workflow that works for me, and I've used a lot of gear, and this approach works for any piece of gear that you go onto. Okay, it's a universal approach to Fruity Loops or whatever you want to use. Okay, we're gonna keep making tracks until we're done with the instruments. We'll add the drums, and that's all we're gonna do. So that's all I'm gonna do. Notice I did not stop the play. I kept the overdub. When I'm ready to record my guitar, like right now, my overdub's off. I can play my guitar all I want on my pads, but when I hit that overdub, it's gonna record whatever I put down. So this gives me a chance to play over my song. That's all I'm gonna do for these next sounds. Just kind of watch the workflow, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do from there. If I do anything crazy, I'll jump back on, but let's go. That's what I'm saying. I don't even like that guitar noise, but it's better to have it in there than not. drums. We did 7 tracks. We got, if you hit menu, you can go to tracks. You see we got 7. Now I'm going to lay down some drums. We're not going to lay down any drums. Check this out. I'm just going to show you the different parts real quick here because it's important. What I'm going to do, because I don't want all 7 of those to come back, I'm going to have the same 8-second sample. Whenever I chop it, the pads are all going to be the same. So we need to make a song out of those 7 tracks. So real quick, let's make the song. And I hit the pencil and copy my sequence. I'm going to hit the pencil, keep copying it. Okay. I copy mine 8 times because I want 8 different variations of my sequence. And that gives me a second per pad. There's 64 pads. The math adds up really nice. So now I have 8 of the same sequence. I'm going to hit menu and then track mute. For sequence 8, I only want these, okay? We're just going to do this real quick. Sequence 7, sequence 6, sequence 5, sequence 4 is going to be banging. And it's just going to give us different takes on the same sequence. I don't want everything playing at the same time, especially at that heavy bass. And this is just a throw together. You can spend all the time you want doing stuff to your, this is just a pencil sketch of a song, okay? So we got all of our 8 sequences, okay? They're all different. Trust me, if you push play on each one of these different sequences, they're all different. That's why that lit up mute. So we're going to go to song. Let's go menu, song. And I'm going to insert my sequences, all 8 of them. 1 to 1, 2 to 2. I want these all to go in the order that I made them. And that's without hearing them. You can go into track mute and go to each sequence and hear how it plays, but I'm not doing that. We're in song mode. We convert from all the way down here, the last sequence. Okay, convert all the way from the bottom. The bottom has to be highlighted. Convert it. It's going to make it 9. We can clear this. We're done. Trust me, we're done. If you can do stuff from here, go to sequence 9 and export it as a wave, but it's not going to let you export it as your stems. You have to go into here and hit the folder. That's just main. You hit folder, and now you can export, explode tracks and separate programs and all of that other jazz for if you want to export it to a DAW or something like that. But we don't have to do that. We have our whole song here, and while this is playing, what I'm going to do is hit my sampler. I know it's 64 bars. That's about 2 minutes, 30 seconds. And I'm going to set this for resample, left and right. Yeah, resample, left and right. And I'm going to arm it. And whenever I push play, it's going to chop up the song. Or it's going to sample the song for me. Check it. With all the change ups and everything. Sequence 3. This just gives me different areas to chop. Like if I put a record, I'd have an intro, a mid, different types of the same flavor of song that we just made. And now I have total rights to all of the chops. Sequence 4, we're halfway over. So what this does is in standalone mode you could only record what I think like 9 minutes or something, maybe 3, I don't know. But in controller mode you can drop a whole hour-long album into this bad boy, and it ain't going nowhere. You can do whatever you want, chop up the whole thing. But it'll be interesting to see what we get out of this. I will show you the chops on this, and we'll throw together something. I'll lay some drums over it, and then we'll wrap this up, okay? It's a lot to take in, but I think it's worth it. And last time I wanted to just go upstairs and pass out. You know, I came down here, made a video, and it's probably one of my better videos. So hopefully this one does good too. I think that's good enough. We're not going to use all 2 minutes of the sample, but I thought I would just show you guys you can sample your whole song. We're going to edit, push stop. Now we got our sample. Let's check it. All I'm going to do is I can tune my sample. Maybe I want to tune it up. Okay. Whoa. What happened to that? Did I not even keep that? Mercy. Well, let's hit menu and edit sample. I'm gonna normalize this sample. Let's hit function. Normalize, do it. Okay, now we're gonna chop it by, if you want different threshold, that's every on and off signal. Like if you have a drum solo and you're like, man, I want every single drum, that's how you do it. You hit threshold. We're gonna go through regions, okay? It's gonna give me, I want 64 regions, 64 pads. Should give me a second on each pad. See, look, we're gonna dive into the middle here. See what else we got. I'm just saying you can have so much fun just resampling this. So what you do is you assign it non-destructive, blah blah blah, A1. Whoa 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 whoa. You hold shift, convert. What the hell? Hang on. New program with new samples. Do it. Browse, menu, main. Go to track 8. How about an unused one? New sample chop. It's just dope. And then you can add your drums over it and do whatever you want. pretty dope, right, guys? I hope the video came out okay. Probably wasn't the best example in the world. I guess I could finish off strong by muting out all these tracks. 5, 4. Let's go to sequence 10 because it's empty. New sample, 8 bars. Hit play. Let's see if we can record something. Damn, I didn't record that. Here we go. T, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Go to track 5. Add in them drums that we had. Best beat in the world, man, but it is what it Of course, you go to your next track. Anyway, guys, I'm Polipopo. Hopefully that helped, and if anything, give me a thumbs up, and if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.